Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Tuesday night, and we're back for what possibly, putting an asterisk on that, what possibly might be our last stream for Battle Chases Nightwar, going through the New Game Plus here. We have a lot to do, and so little time to do it in, so why don't we actually just jump on in and get started. But, in other news, I'm sure you probably actually have heard that's the wrong thingy. That's the wrong thingy. Let's not show our desktop again. You now already know what it looks like.
Community's acclaim spreads.
Exposure, thank you very much for the host. Always appreciate it. As you probably heard for the news today, there was actually, Bethesda is actually releasing something, but they've kind of been bleeding it out a little too long, keeping people with bated breath, whatever their announcement is going to be. But Nintendo today just actually announced that they're going to release a full-on Pokemon adventure on the Nintendo Switch that also incorporates their Pokemon Go application and also a couple other features as well. So that'll be actually very interesting to see. For now, though, why don't we actually do ourselves a little bit of setup here? So I should actually say I did play a little bit off my own time. I did go out and get a couple of things. First being, I got the Salvage Behemoth Cannon. That you actually can get from fighting the Sky Pirates. It's a random boss that appears, so that's actually the reason why I went out of my way to go that way. And we also got the top hat as well, which has the initials WK embroidered on it. Or embroidered, my mistake. For now, though, what I want to do, we can actually forge a few things. The first actually being, why don't we go and get this Calamity here. We can actually make it now. We thankfully have the Twin Power Cores, which we got from one of the hunts, and we also have a Fate Stone, thank goodness. And of course, we got the Salvage Behemoth Cannon from the Behemoth from the Sky Pirate encounter. So we can actually get Calibretto's best weapon in the game. So why don't we get that? So we're no longer going to have infinite overcharge, unfortunately. The second thing I want to do, I want to be able to make Gully's best armor. This is actually a huge upgrade for her, as you can see, going from let's be honest, we're gaining a lot. We're gaining over 400 defense and 500 stamina, so her health is going to skyrocket. We're actually going to use pretty much all of our Flickering Void Silk here, because she is actually the only one left out of our party here who does not have her best armor available. We're actually going to equip that. I actually don't have anything planned to make for trinkets, unfortunately. This probably will be my downfall, if anything. There's actually a couple of good ones, the Gargoyle Heart Pendant and the Frozen Stone as well. Huge damage buffs for them. No, that's actually what we're actually going to do as well. We're actually going to get the Cursed Blade, and if we're lucky, we might actually get Dragonkind as well.
Yeah, don't get killed.
For now, why don't we equip... Increase Calibretto's attack by 2,000. Make that 3,000. Kind of a big buff. We can also improve the Guardian's Embrace, drastically increase her HP. Thank goodness we actually got a weapon from the last boss as well. Garrison is still rocking the Mutiny here, but we shall change that in a second. So I guess the first thing we should do... We have a couple of hunts to do.
Hello.
So our first hunt... So if anything, we're probably going to do the Watcher of Graves. We also have the Hunger, we have the Gentleman, and we also have the Treasure Chest.
Greetings, warriors. Stay upright.
So what I want to do first... I'm trying to think what actually would be the best way to do this here. You know what? This is actually no better time than any. So what we'll do... There's actually one other thing I want to actually show off here. This is the Tulkas Arena. I've actually ignored this throughout my playthrough. This actually is the place of Lyco. He's actually the arena. This allows you to actually fight hordes of enemies.
Greetings.
At your leisure. So you can actually take on Elite there, that's level 25 enemies, and just see how far you actually can go. And also check out your rewards as well. So this is actually saying what we're actually going to get. So you can actually, if you do, you can actually do this anytime. There's a lot of extra goodies and armor and such, but what we're actually aiming for is the Desecrated Soul Shard of the Powerful. That's what we're actually aiming for. If we get the Battlemaster Shard of Victory, that'd be great. But primarily, though, we'll be aiming for 3,200 battle marks here. Are you not entertained? I am entertained. I am very entertained. So this might go... I'm actually tempted. No, I have to do this, actually. I'm trying to think, actually, there's any... No, I can do it. There's no other option here. So this is basically just an endless horde of enemies here. And just what I was afraid of. They scale with the level. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So, as you can see, we have 20 minutes here, so we're actually going to be here a while. But our goal here is to kill as many as possible, and as quickly as possible as well. Hoping Garrison here actually has enough damage output. Same thing with the goalie as well. Probably should actually do heroism. Because my big worry is basically I'm not going to have enough damage to basically kill everyone as quickly as possible. There we go, that should do it. Yeah, that'll kill him. So that got us 240 marks. Well, 15, but times 16 will get us that. And so they're just going to keep throwing difficult enemies after difficult enemies at me. So it's just going to be a non-stop wave of enemies. There is actually a limit, but overall, though, it's going to be constant. Anything, actually... Level 2, actually, do cleansing rounds here. Calibretta's heal for cleansing rain is going to be gigantic. So, if anything, I'll probably actually set up starter rotation. Like, have goalie finally be on the offensive, because I think she'll now have enough damage. Let's see. Get rid of the snow bomber. It's gonna be weird, actually, having her spend mana. It's gonna be very weird having her spend mana over and over and over again. You don't have to worry about any sort of fancy killing or anything. Death Knight, very nice. That's actually something I like. So, my bestiary. I'm not going to be able to complete the bestiary until way later. And the thing about the bestiary is, well, I want to be able to... Ooh. Oh, I should have done Cleansing Rain. I basically just need to kill this guy as quickly as possible. But the reason why I'm actually decided to see the Death Knight is I want to complete the Bestiary, because that's one of the achievements, and I don't think I'm going to be able to complete it through this playthrough. I actually don't think I'm going to be able to pull that off. Which is really unfortunate, honestly. And I'm already kind of missing Calibretto having unlimited charge. Let's see. I have so much, I should not hesitate to use Warblade. You out. I need to not be picky when it comes to getting overcharge. That's my basic. That's what I need to start learning how to do. Is not be so. Because when you actually play with overcharge, you actually are playing in a very suboptimal way. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Thank you very much, Saber, for the host. Always appreciate it. Hello? Okay, there we go. I was worried for a second. That's taking way too long. Hey, one of the bosses, Verimatrax. Nice to see you two, buddy. Speaking of buddies, Yep, he has the soul link. I just realized something. I really should be doing my, I really need to start doing, my ultimates. Well, actually, I'll just do this. Actually, no. Have him do Cleansing Rain. That's really going to hurt them. I'm not really worried about dying. I'm worried about being able to get the marks. Because I'm going to keep getting more and more as I play through this. I think I should also be worried more about being able to get the kills. Killing quick, that's what matters. Yep, take care of those two. Wildfire. Rupture. Look at that damage. I really need to actually also start using Calibroda for damage, because he can do damage now. See you later, Verimatrax. It's the first half done. And they'll just keep getting stronger. How much damage am I do with burst? It's a lot of damage. I'll actually do it. It's all about speed. Can't compromise on that. Boss Mage, Mana Elemental. Interesting options. Launch it up. That Bloodbath ability is actually really good once you get it all powered up. Ready for the overcharge. Aw, oh, damn it, it does attack it still. Oh, well, that was a mistake. All a mistake. That's fine, though. Should kill the Frost Mage. And I gave him a good gut punch. If I can get the next two, it should be fine. Oh! Oh no, Deep Lurker. That's actually another one I need. I just realized actually this probably would have been the best way to actually get my get the bestiary achievement, and I didn't notice that until now. Because the one problem is a lot of the dungeons have a very set, have a set pool of enemies, but the downside is that a lot of them don't spawn. So when they don't spawn, you kind of run into trouble. I should have just done Cleansing Rain, honestly. That's fine, though. Probably should have just done normal attack. Nope, never mind, that's fine. Plenty of time. Stone... Wow, they are actually throwing all the enemies I actually need. Perfect. Need to actually have her taunt. And I need to... Oh... That's gonna hurt. That's definitely gonna hurt. That hurts. Thank goodness I got the armor. Or else that would have been very painful. I know I probably should be doing Warblade, but I'm trying to make sure I can actually do as much. Bleed damage will be useful. Like, it seems like I have the damage under control now. Really get that many shields. Okay, those are both at 3. It's actually not a bad idea just doing that. Because they'll just bleed to death. I can get this damage. Hopefully that'll actually kill him. Actually, it will kill him. Yep. Final boss. Another Farseer. Oh dear. I'm ready for you this time, Farseer. I think I am. I should be ready. Hope I am. Need to not think. Need to battle. Let's see. Where's the one that gives me crit? There's Slash. Crit up. Powers himself. Come on, crit, crit, crit. Not bad. Not bad at all. Shadow Essence. Please be dead. Nope. Ah, crap. That was a lot of damage, but not enough. New record! So we got all of those items as from that. There you go, that's the Tokus Arena. That out of the way. Can actually head on down south. So what I actually forgot, I apparently actually did miss one of the graves. Actually, I just realized one other thing what we could do real quick, and I'm gonna do it. Because I like the feeling of having all of the restraints off of me. So now that we got the soul, which was what we were actually after, we can actually get the cursed blade. And these are all legendary items, regardless if you play on new game, whether it's a new game or new game plus. So you can get his to jump up a massive amount. So he's at 9,000 damage. Amazing improvement. We also got the Ring of Battle. I think we also got a necklace. Yeah, Chain of Prosperity. But those like all level 1s. I'm actually okay. That's fine. Getting up to over 10k is a loss of armor. And I do have I have an idea of remedy, but I'm not going to do it yet. Because the one thing I need to do, I think I have almost everything. Because we might actually just simply run over time. Primarily for the reason that I actually wouldn't mind ending this game. And I think 2 hours is not going to give it enough time and attention. So apparently when I actually went through this, I actually missed a grave. I don't know where I missed it, and that's going to be the question. But I apparently missed a grave. Man, it is raining hard now. Well, I apparently missed one of the graves. That's somewhere in this place. There's actually 3 graves you actually need to dig. Well, not 3 graves you need to dig up. Oh, I must have been blind. I dug up that one. I tell you, I've never seen it rain this hard before. Oh, wait, is that it? Nope, that one's blocked off. It is really foggy now. Or stormy. Because there's supposed to be one grave I can another grave I can interact with that I didn't dig up, and I already dug up that one. Dominic, that's one of them. And that's the thing that honestly confuses me is I mean, I probably should have looked it up, honestly. Is I wasn't able to find. Because there's 2 graves out here, and there's 1 grave inside. But there's Argius, there's Dominic, and then there's, Jaren. And Jaren's the one, for some odd reason, I just can't find. And I don't know if it's a... I don't know if it's a glitch, because here's, WK Killington. And this is honestly kind of the annoying part about this, is I don't know if this is bugged or not. Because there's only 2 graves left. And I can't actually select one of them, which makes me think I might not be able to do this. There's that one, but that's not, like... It's basically not letting me interact with what I need. To interact with, and that's the thing that's bothering me. Because you're supposed to be able to get a key from that after breaking everything. But it just comes down to being able to interact with the objects, but for some odd reason... Like, this is, I think this is honestly supposed to be the grave. for some weird reason, I can't interact with the other tombs. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to break the seals. As it even says here, you know, it talks about the Grave Warden here. But there's no other graves I can interact with. And that's what makes me... Well, that's what makes this honestly kind of frustrating, is I knew I was doing it right. But I don't know if it's actually bugged, because I know the developers have been working on a Linux version of this game, which is actually very surprising. Not simply because it's Linux, but, you know, it's very awesome to see developers really go out of the way to make sure people, you know, of any group can actually play. There it is. I'm completely forgot about the gate. This is Trell. There's Randy. Or Jaren. Here it is. So crush that. Got Argeus' mausoleum key. I didn't even see the gate. Didn't even see it. I was blind. Let's also look how badass my sword is. Here's where Argeus is. We'll open the sarcophagus. Crush that runestone. And they're screaming outside. And now we can actually play ball with the Grave Warden. Unfortunately, we're max level, so this might not be as impactful as we would like it to be. But as you can see, though, level 20 having over 10,000 HP. At that point, that would be a massive shocker to anyone. But when you have two of the ultimate weapons, kinda makes it easy. I really wish I actually did fight him. But that's down to player error. I completely forgot. Open up this sucker here. Hello. You can take the cane. Inspect the sarcophagus. It gives us the surcoat of Sir Edric. That's a level 16 item. That would have been good for Alemon if you were playing this on normal mode. There's one other thing we actually need to do. We actually do need to go back here. I only came here to actually kill the warden for now. The gentleman is actually also here. But we only have two. Actually, no, we might have. I might. No, I don't. I don't have the third piece. So there's one other piece I do need. I was thinking I had it, and technically I do, but that's because I beat the game before. But I do need to collect it again. So we actually need to go back in the area of harm's way. It's actually near the Iron Outpost. It's actually one of the exploratory areas. We're running around everywhere. Let's see, I'm trying to remember here. I think this was the area? There's a gate that we actually needed to go to. I think this was it. If I'm correct, this is it. This is it. So we actually got, somewhere in our adventure, the Winking Skull Ring. And that's what actually opens this up. That's the only way you can actually open this up. But what you get, a nice little chest here, gives you a distinguished monocle. As you notice here, they also give you some pretty good endgame items here. Guardian's Embrace, which I think actually is what... Yeah, so you basically get a green version of the Guardian's Embrace, but I'd rather have a legendary. All depends on how well this goes. We got what we needed, so we're actually going to go all the way back. Back to the Red Graves. I think that's... Let me think about this here. Go back to Harm's Way for 1 second. I do want to just check my checklist here. I think we have 2 more hunts left. So I'm gonna hunts.
Greetings. I offer know.
Nah, I've already bought
Why
everything.
the night is dark.
More talk.
So we can go to hunts. We got the Watcher of Graves. And that also gives armor as well. For this level. It's actually really, really good. Yeah, so we have the Hunger and we have the Gentleman.
Welcome.
So if anything, why don't we do it in order? We'll do the Hunger first, and then we'll do the Gentleman. So all we need to go is Northern Wintervane Station, Blink Station. Thankfully, we don't actually have to fight these guys. Now, we go back to the Pale Cathedral here. I think we have... I believe we have what we need. We needed 3 ancient vampire fangs. There we go. Yep, we've got all 3. Well, we have 6, thankfully. As you also might have noticed, all those enemies we fought in the arena do not drop items. Speaking of actually items, let me actually check something else here. So what I wanted to check, here we go. Death Knight. Actually, yes, it does count. Okay. There you go. We can actually place the filled vessel. That tells us to return with 3 ancient vampire fangs. Already done that. And we can fight the Hunger. Level 30. Growing the Hunger. That was a nice. Let's see. I'm actually gonna do this. I'll just cast Warblade right off the bat. Check these guys one more time. Get those big crits in. Don't kill him, please. That takes care of the Hunger. There we go. And now it's just a pool of blood. So, basically, the endgame stuff here will help you craft all of the endgame weapons. You don't have to do this. It is completely optional. But if you want to be kind of overpowered, and I know people like to feel a little overpowered, I personally recommend, hey, take the time and do it. It's a lot of fun. Oh, we're going to go back to the Southern Wilds here, and we're going to take on the Gentleman. Oh, we have all of Mr. Killington's items here. Oh, I've been saying his name wrong. How rude of me. I feel like, though, once I get to the final boss, I'm going to get destroyed. There we go. Place the top hat, monocle, and cane on the grave. Brought me my things, old chap. Well done. How shall I repay you? Oh, I know. Battle! W.K. Killington, Esquire. Quite the gentleman, and a very deadly foe. Very good, please allow me to write this down. I do say I want to slowly, I just need my quill. Which reminds me, have you had any idea how ink is made? So this is actually a recurring character in the actual, in the Darksiders world. Or not Darksiders, but basically it's been like a not THQ, like a virtual studio. It's like a recurring character when it comes to Joe Matter areas. Insulting remark. Scathing. Let's see. I'm actually not gonna trust. I'm not trusting this guy. I'm trying to. I forgot Killington's actual moveset. Another insulting remark. Fine. Did I already do gut punch? I did do gut punch. I don't think you'll have time to respond to another punch. I actually like that a character like that exists. That gives Killington's restored cane and the dapper gentleman's top hat. And those are items. Well fought, old sport. Farewell for now. So if you ever played Darksiders, you actually would... At Darksiders 1, I don't know if he actually appeared in Darksiders 2. But in Darksiders 1, he actually appears randomly in a couple of areas, and you can actually get a bunch of souls out of him. But he's also incredibly tough to fight as well. So that is all but one other hunt we have to do, so we're going to take care of it right now. We're going to go back to that mimic and show him what for. What Killington would have wanted. Not a fan of dying to that mimic. I think I've gamed over 3 times? Yeah, 3 times, actually. We died in the Iron Outpost, we died in Dead Watch, and we also died... Oops, that's... Why am I going to the ruins? I don't need to go into ruins. I need to go to the cave. Wrong way. Thankfully, these are actually really quick load times. Because after we basically do all of this, there's nothing... There's a few other things. I didn't show everything in this game. Not make the mistake this time. And with much better stats. So, cast that. Hopefully it'll not good. I'm gonna actually have you do is Cleansing Rain. That still hurts a lot. That still hurts. Don't think I'm gonna be able to actually get that as a attack. What I can do though, I can get a slash. I can also get a shatter. What I want to do this and unleash the beast. Gotta love those crits. Pulsing Demon Heart. That is his item. It's legendary. What do you do? 692 bonus damage, 116 stamina. That's a lot. But... it's a lot, but it's not... Actually... Here you go, Calibretto. You actually could use it more than anyone else right now. I'd give it to Garrison, but I want him to have as much HP as possible. So that takes care of our hunts. There's actually a couple other things. Actually, I think we have time. I think we can actually show. We're not gonna craft them, but we can show all of the legendary weapons. So we're actually gonna do a little bit more running around. Because we've been keeping a good pace. What we can do real quick, we can actually go back to Harm's Way here for a second. The only reason why we're heading back here is to actually claim all the hunts. There is one thing nearby with me.
More talk.
Oops,
Hello?
that's the wrong one. So, we have the Hunger. That teaches you how to get life stealing. The Gentleman gives you the Wicked Monocle. That's actually why I've actually been getting shown all the events and items in every single dungeon. The Wicked Monocle actually does carry over to New Game Plus. So now I have 2 of them. That's all.
Yes.
Oh.
A warrior's greeting.
And I think, yep. That's it. Huh.
Well
I
done.
thought actually doing the,
More talk.
Huh. I guess
Day
the,
for hunting. He'll be back.
I could have sworn, actually, that the, Ancient Treasure Fiend was actually its own. Was its own. There you go. Vampiric Embrace. I want to keep on collecting all of those legendary items. Like I said, I'm not going to craft them. I don't have the epic parts enough for them, and I do want to use them for a couple of other things. So yeah, this should be the area I actually need to go to. So the Bang-On Cave here. It's actually one of the first areas we went to, but if you notice, we actually had an item here. We can actually use the Dead Heart. There's a nice little legendary treasure chest right here for us. That gives us Argius's Ruined Bulwark. And Fireheart Pressures. Was a level 17. So that was actually... that's actually one of the legendary components for Alamon. I think there's one other area. Like I said, this game does reward exploration and such. Like, it's really nice that it exists. The last thing... before we go on a little bit of a treasure hunt... one other area, actually in the Rushlands, I want to go through here. I'm going to go back to the Cave of the Fire Lord. Because basically no area is locked to us anymore. Go to Balefire Cavern. That's where we fought the Fire Lord. Whoops. Nope. Let's not activate the loading screen. Actually, another thing. There was a portal here for us. And that gave us a little bit of forage here. Lava Gorge statue inscription as base. May the Ember Lord's glory light our paths and guide our designs and reveal the fire that blazes within us all. Kinda reminds me of another one from Darksiders. This is the Binding of Confession, a couple epic parts. Or the Binding of Conflagration, that's it. So bonus damage, some stamina, and haste. Actually not a bad item. At least if you're after attack power. But I really don't want him to lose any defense. And Lost Wedding Ring's actually good enough. I might have to switch some items around for these guys. But that basically just shows you there's another couple items here. It's not legendary. I made a bit of a mistake there. But that's fine. Now that we got through that, let's go on a bit of a treasure hunt. Let's hunt for some treasure. What I need to do first is actually go to the waypoint. We are finally actually going to need to... We're going to be clearing the road for the treasure hunt. What do we actually need to access here? The Central Winter Vein Blink Station. We can go check up our... all these items here we've gotten. So we actually have this treasure map here on the Lonely Island in the Lonely Winter. And what they're actually referring to, if I bring the map here on the upper left-hand corner there is our map, the Deep Snows. However, we do need to fight these guys. There's no way around them. But hopefully, we have a lot more damage now. Let's see what his Swift Strike is. 2,000. Yeah, that's a good amount of damage. I'll probably actually respec Garrison because I do have him with I think I have his... I think I actually do want to try and get Swift Strike for him. Or get the second level of Swift Strike, because that'll probably be very useful. Okay, which actually, why don't we take a look and see if we can do that right now. Swift Strike takes 10. I would need to... really need haste. I'm willing to give a little bit of haste for Swift Strike's damage being improved. And... I think I got both? Yeah, both of theirs. So just to let you know, you can basically farm an unlimited amount of perk points. Problem, though, is it takes a lot of fishing to actually pull that off. And it takes, like, I mean an absurd amount of fishing. Let's see. Yeah, so that changes 2,600. That's more than enough. But like I said, everything scales in this game. Hopefully these two actually die. So basically what they're going to have us do is actually go around the entire circle here. I'm going to do that right now. So I can actually unlock a shortcut. So the Lonely Island is right on here. Now we can dig it up. We've got a crumpled and torn map. That tells us... Found in the far northern reaches, this map is something being buried in the trail encompassed by the 3 tiny lakes. So we know where the 3 tiny lakes are now. That's actually the area before. Like I said, I'm going to go in this full circle here just so I can actually unlock a shortcut. On. I really need to stop being picky on who I cleave, because it actually doesn't matter who I cleave. Still, being able to get that much damage. As well as honestly hoping, and what I was trying to do last night while I was preparing, so I can touch the stone formation, and that'll give us our little shortcut here. So what do we actually need? So why don't we go and do some treasure hunting? I think we have everyone's except for Red Monica, actually, and this is what Red Monica's legendary weapon entails. It involves treasure hunting, which fits her persona. Apparently I was wrong. Apparently I do need to fight some people in this area. I was actually curious about that. Well, let's get to killing. Or let's knock them out. But apparently we just knock out all the enemies here. We're very conscientious here. Except for Alamon. He killed the Farseer. I'm fairly confident you can't survive having one of your eyes cut off. I mean, I'm no doctor, but still, that looked like it actually would hurt. Three tiny lakes, so I need to cross the bridge here, I think, one more time. I think so? Yeah, so I need to cross this bridge here. Three tiny lakes. There we go, somewhere up here. But I was originally hoping was to complete the bestiary last night, but I wasn't able to pull that off, because, well... they don't spawn. They're very rare spawns, every single one of them. So, my last achievement, unfortunately, might not be beating the game in New Game Plus, because I want to try and beat it tonight. It'll probably be... it'll probably be me beating, getting the bestiary. Go. There's our splendid pistol handles, and we got one more note. That says, found in not so far north, this note details how thieves tried to hide part of their pistols to end all pistols, but was eaten by a fish near their favorite watering hole. So that actually, there's a lot of places you can fish. And it actually would honestly take a lot of people quite a few guesses. Like, even I was scratching my head as I was trying to figure out where do they actually want me to go. I probably checked almost every single place you could fish until I actually got to the last area, which makes the most sense. It's also why I actually bought the best fishing gear in the game. Speaking of fishing gear, why don't we actually equip that? Get Vulgrums. Very fitting, honestly, that the shadow, Vulgrim being very closely related to Vulgrim.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Newton, thank you very much for the host. I always appreciate it. This must be the fishing spot they mentioned in the note. Well, here goes nothing. Here, fishy, fishy. You actually need to just fish out some, one little fish here. And it's just one, and the fishing spot it actually is created here. But I actually do like the fishing in this game. There we go. And that's the Artificer's Revolver components. So that's actually the only time you get to do fishing here. And that's why it took so long to actually figure out, hey, this is where you actually need to go. That, I believe we have, by now. Yep, so we have all of, we can actually craft Ragnarok, we can craft our, Alumon's ultimate weapon, and we can also craft, Red Monica's, and we also got the enchantment of Vampiric Embrace. That gives us a 20% chance to steal HP. It's nice, but actually you'll steal a lot more, but I don't like it compared to some of the others. The only one we don't have yet is Gully's Dragonkind. So if anything, what we actually might do now, I think what I'll be doing is actually making some enchantments with some of our epic components here before we head on over into the mana rifts. And then we shall beat the game. How am I doing? I'm holding in there. I'm doing okay for now. Today's been a little tougher than others, but there has been some really good news. The good news primarily being, actually not Pokemon. Like I said, I might actually pick up Pokemon. It's really been ages.
Why, it's you.
The first thing I want to do here, though, first, is I've actually been very concerned of getting my stats up, and this will probably actually allow me to do a few things. So I'm actually going to take the Cursed Blade and give it the Holy buff. There's actually a lot of different enchantments, so I can actually increase attack power, stamina, but I want to actually increase the defensive abilities, because I want to increase the... I want to increase my defense so I can actually focus more on offense. That's my mindset. There's actually another one, was it? Not Juggernaut's actually not so bad. But there's another stamina one. Yeah, there's Fortitude, but there's another one. Colossus, I think it was. But I'm not going to get enough out of that compared to the others. So that's why I'm actually going to go with Holy. And plus I have an absurd amount of Tainted Dawnstones. That's the other reason. I'm actually going to the Holy buff. I do the Calamity here, and plus if I need to actually change enchantments and such, I can, but I'm caring more about HP than anything else. I was also excited to learn today that there was also the... Oh crap, I think I actually...
Welcome.
I think I just screwed myself here. Okay, no, it's fine. My worry was I wouldn't be able to make Dragonkind.
Careful.
But,
Welcome back.
so today was also the day Sega updated their Sega Genesis collection, or Mega Drive Genesis collection. And that's also another really nice one. Primarily because I actually don't know what I should upgrade here. Iron Will, Unholy Might. They upgraded, and it actually includes online play. But the one downside about it, my one criticism, and I hope they undo it, it removed the complete controller customization. And I feel like you need that in a collector's edition like that, because every time I've streamed Streets of Rage on Twitch here, both 1, 2, and 3, I've always adjusted the controls. And I don't just mean for, like, one of them. Every single time each different version of Streets of Rage, I actually adjusted the control setup. So what I'm actually going to do here, I'm actually a little torn here. I could actually go for Prowess. Oh, no, I actually can't do Prowess. What was it? Which was the one? Iron... It was Iron Will, that's right. It was Iron Will. I'm going for a little lower level enchant than normal, but this actually gives me bonus damage. So we're basically using all the Tainted Dawnstone we've gotten and maxing out everything we can. So let's take the Guardian's Embrace. So we're just going mythic, mythic, mythic. So I expect that running through the mana rifts will be a very simplistic process as we work towards unlocking the
Hey there, stay in the light.
as we go through the final dungeon here. Now we have everyone duked out. You basically look how much HP we have. We made a gigantic leap from yesterday. Your inner Pokemon fan is screaming. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in it. But My favorite Pokemon is Sandshrew slash Sandslash. So it kinda changes things here. So, why don't we go through the final dungeon here. And... it feels weird, honestly, not having any more free overcharge in this game. I will admit, having Calibretto with that item that gave him infinite overcharge would be nice, but I'd rather have the damage, because that boosts even his healing abilities. It's actually a very good reason why you would want to buff up both characters, or buff the attack over having infinite overcharge. Heat. But like I said, if Sega takes the time and reverts that controller change, they've got a ridiculously good game now. Because I'm honestly actually really interested in seeing how the online play and such is for the Sega collection, because it has online play now, and it's for a good amount of games. And I'm curious how the netcode is. I would really like to be able to play through some of those games with a couple of people, but it all hinders on if the game will if they actually put back in that controller customization. I think because we're using all the legendary items, we've made this game very easy. There is actually something I need to find here in this dungeon, and if I don't find it, I'm not going to be able to get our best stuff. We went to try out Virtua Fighter 5 today. Very nice. Very nice. So... oh, right, yeah, there's a stone that actually... so, there's actually two ways that you can actually just walk down into the Mana Rifts. Which, honestly, I actually would prefer, because just look how amazing they make this look. This is actually where Kadral is. And if you talk to the stone, it'll actually take you all the way back up. Oh, actually... see, I think, oddly enough, it's because of the fighting game scene I stopped... I don't want to say I stopped caring about the fighting game scene, but it made playing fighting games really difficult. Like, part of it, honestly, is still on the designers to actually make it enjoyable. And part of that is just simply because, like, the reason I'm not actually having as much fun is because of the, is because there's just so many moves now in fighting games. You play a fighting game, it has a ridiculous amount of moves. Made to this extra stage. Very nice. I didn't know you were. I don't know if you were really good at Virtua Fighter, but it sounds like it's good. Good for you. Oh, right. So in this dungeon, and what this kind of makes this a pain in the butt, there are some areas that just do not stop spawning enemies unless you Unless you kill the enemy that's spawning them all. It can be very, very annoying. I also notice these guys are level 33. So even though that's very easy, I'm still not going to take it for granted. Unfortunately, you don't get any items, and this is what happens. They just constantly spawn enemy after enemy after enemy. And that's probably what's going to make the mana rifts take the longest. That's what's gonna make this take the longest time. We never played 2D fighter. We've only played 3D fighters, really? That's actually... Oof. Which is funny, actually, because was it, what got released today? The Street Fighter Collection actually got released, today. I'm hoping this is the thing that actually is making everyone come back from the grave. If I'm wrong, it's gonna suck. Yep. Everyone's sundered. Like, old 2D fighters, I actually am okay. Like, the old ones, we're talking way back here. I'm actually fine. But my downside of it is, a lot of more of the modern fighting games takes way too much. What's the best word to actually describe it? There's too many moves. It takes too much of an effort, and that's only like on the move side, like actually executing the moves. You actually have to get into executing the fighting moves, and being able to do that on a consistent basis. Like, what was it? I was playing on Wednesday last week, icons.gg came out for a closed period. It's not released, like they had a closed period of testing. And from that, I only unfortunately got to do one playthrough. But that game is a Smash clone through and through. In the both best and worst ways possible. And the best and worst ways for the same reason. To put very simply, it's Smash Bros. Melee. It's Smash Bros. Melee. This is the one time, unfortunately, I can't actually do, can I do anything? I can do Bloodbath. That'd be a thing. I just keep giving myself overcharge then. Enemies are gonna be 5 levels higher than me. That's gonna suck. I would not be surprised if the end game just destroys me. So what I'm basically looking for is... I'm not looking for an alchemy station, that's for certain. Although that actually might be something I want. That actually might be something I want. Hang on a second. Next 5 attacks to deal additional piercing damage. I don't know if I can actually use this in combat. Or before combat, but this might actually be worthwhile. Oh, I also see something else I can actually use too. Let's see, it removes all harmful debuffs. Let's actually make one of those. What did the keen oil require? Critical chance, not worried about that. Increase defense. Okay. Stones require more power. Sure. Oh. Oh, okay. That works. So basically those infused crystal shards there help power this place. Ooh, legendary cold hard ring. That actually is probably a good thing. Physical damage, stamina, and magic defense. It is a pure tank ring through and through, which might mean... actually not a bad idea. Give it a garrison. Like I said, I still need 2D fighters. The amount of moves just set you off. Why? How many moves now are in 2D? Oh, I guess, actually, no. Like I said, my main weakness and one of the reasons I really moved away from fighting games, part of it is the fighting, not really the fighting game community as in, like, they're social, but they're affecting how these games are being designed now. And you can't deny that. You can't deny that anymore. They have a heavy influence on how this is designed, and along with that are a lot of moves, a lot of abilities, and they're not bad, but there's too many. It's a quantity issue. So it's like, even if I just choose one character, there are so many little nuances or mechanics and stuff that makes it really difficult. Even something like Smash. Like I said, I was playing Icon's GG. And that's a Smash Melee game through and through, like right down to the wave dashing. Because the person I was put up against, I only got to try it once. Like I said, it was basically like, this is my one experience. My one chance to actually experience the game. And from the get-go, I was basically just destroyed. Like, just outright. The person who was playing basically I believe the character's name was Kid, but the character's design was basically Fox in Smash, or Smash Melee. And that, it's like, oh, that's a good thing. It's like, people who, I like playing Fox myself. The character I was actually testing was, Marth, that's an enemy. Was Marth, but even then, I just got destroyed. I barely got a word in edgewise in terms of fighting. But yeah, too many movesets in a lot of modern games now. I completely agree with that sentiment. I think that's why I like, as basic as this is gonna sound, I was okay with Street Fighter 2. I was okay with Street Fighter 2 because there was only 2 moves. The rest was just punches and kicks. And I'm sure I could get better. But it's hard for me to find people to actually play those games with. Incredibly difficult for me to play those games with. see. Garrison, strike with a sword. Gives us some infused crystal shards, we'll need those, and it also gave me a buff. Increase crit and attack. It's always weird, there's always like a very specific style for the end dungeons of these games. Also, really don't like that they're homing bullets. There we go. And we go full circle. Very nice. What I'm looking for are keys. This is the Chronicle Cube. With it, you can witness past events as a vision through someone's eyes and even influence them. I don't remember this. The Chronicle Cubes were created by ancient mages as a way of condensing several thousand tomes of information and memories in a single place. Normally, there are simple recordings, perhaps because of the location. This one actually allows you to influence past events. Once you start the vision, leaving means it will be lost, perhaps forever. There are no second chances. Your reward will be based on how well you are able to achieve your goals inside. Okay. You close your eyes, and when you open them, suddenly you are in a different place, a different time as a different person. In the way you understand things in dreams, without them being explained, you realize you're in the lore master in the Great Mana Halls. Green mana fire is spreading everywhere within the mana halls. Some cataclysmic event outside has begun. This is completely new. I've never seen this before my first time playthrough of this game. As lore master, it is your solemn duty to ensure as much information is preserved as possible. Judging by the rate of smoke filling the area, you estimate you can explore 3 halls before having to evacuate. I guess we'll just do halls of education then. Oh no, let's do antiquity. This is very weird. You notice a room full of rune tablets and scrolls. You only have time to enter one before the hires claim them. Let's grab the scrolls. Dusty scrolls are stored everywhere, but there's so many useful bits of lore it's hard to decide which ones to take. You decide the ones that contain stories of murder and betrayal are the most interesting, and take 3 of them. Okay. Let's go. The halls of education. Relating to law and order are stored. It is by far the least favorite branch of the mana halls, even though as the lore master you're not supposed to have favorites. Land titles, lower acolyte ruins, or magistrate rulings. I always have more magistrate rulings. Land. Land is the only thing that matters. But find... Oh, none. Oh, crap. Alright, let's go to Kabbalism. Go under the pillar or around the pillar. You notice a room with a collapsed pillar blocking the entry. You could slide under it to explore the room. There's also another doorway next to the pillar. There's no blocking to it. Let's go under the pillar. Strangely, you decide to go under the pillar. As you pass an explosion of rocks in the pillar and it collapses on you. It takes you a long time to get out of there, so you run out of time. You hurriedly rush out of the great halls with some acolytes that are also fleeing. You stop them and hand them what you found. As you leave, you turn around behind you to see the entire back wall of the great hall collapse, revealing the wastes of the mana rifts outside. You step outside. I only found 3 things. You have collected a dismal amount of lore, if any. You're not supposed to explain. You're not sure how to explain this to your superiors, but luckily they most likely died in the fire. One of your biggest opponents and critics give you the stink eye and says, "I always knew you'd let us down." Suddenly you snapped out of the vision and back to reality. It felt like a dream, as real as any dream is, and you have no idea how much time has passed inside the Chronicle Cube as you find some items. Okay. Okay, so that it's... Like, it's been a long time. I want to say it's like, this is something completely new, but I just don't remember finding that. Because, specifically, one thing that actually happens a lot in this game is that the dungeons are all are all procedurally generated, so some events you just might not see at all. So you could play through this game, go through a dungeon 6 or 7 times, and just not find anything. Or not find that particular event, which I think honestly is the case. I don't think it's something they add. I'm rethinking about it. I don't think it's something they actually added. I'm not able to get anything off, am I? No, I'm not. Nope, you're done. No reason for me to bleed out this fight. Like, what is it? In the Iron Outpost, this is a very common one, is, you actually go through, the dungeon to get the sarcophagus. And that's, you know, that's related to the, what is it, the Shade of Belvaros. But you might not get the sarcophagus as you play through the game. So you can go run Iron Outpost like 6 or 7 times, and that's just the starting dungeon, and not run into that event. I'm not gonna get anything. I'm probably gonna die soon. So it's actually kind of nice. And I also just realized I probably should take a moment to adjust this one last little thing here. Sorry, we're gonna get muted here. I just had to scroll down chat a little bit. Treasure chest. Ooh, Fatestone coffer. What's that do? That does defense and stamina. You know, if I get a second one, I'll give it to Garrison. All these guardians, and they're all covering each. There's 3 guardians, and they're all covering each other. Give me a break, guys. Come on. Start the cleaving. I wish I'd. Actually, no, I should just do heroin. Oh, these guys are just gonna defend. Oh, nice. I now know which one I should cleave. Of you. I think the other thing I'm excited about, and it might actually spur me to actually get off my butt and commission some people to make some assets, is Twitch, and this applies to partners, not affiliates, but it might roll down to affiliates. They're making a bounty, like a Twitch bounty board. And to be more specific what this bounty board is supposed to be doing, is that this bounty board allows you to take on jobs for, to be specific, to let you take on jobs of streaming certain games. And there are contracts basically with companies. And I think, like, given the little details, like, it basically comes in the pudding, like, what's in the contract, because it'll vary from job to job. But I really like the concept of it, as for a person who's actually interested in streaming, because I think it'll be pretty great to be able to take on a job and go, hey, I stream your game for an hour, I can be critical of it. You know, there's a difference between, and this all, like I said, it's in the pudding what the contract is. And I can easily see, like I said, I like it. It actually honestly spurs me, like, I really would like to do things like that, because I like the concept of being like a mercenary. And this kind of bleeds in with my love of the Armored Core franchise. I only played Armored Core 2 and Armored Core 2, Another Age, and 3 and Silent Line. Basically the PlayStation 2 ones. Once it left the PlayStation 2, I'll be honest, I kind of lost favor with it. Primarily because it moved to the 360, I didn't own a 360. And then From Software then developed Dark Souls, or not Dark Souls, but Demon Souls, and you kind of see what direction that went. Let's see. Let's insert crystals. Let's insert 3 crystals. I don't know what this is gonna do, but... Is this actually another one of the cubed events? Yes, it's another one of the cubed events. Okay. I didn't ask for a weapon this time. Or it could just come right on back. Okay. Though it is only moments for you, the cube has traveled long and tiresome journey to scour other dimensions for treasure. There's fruits, Guy Piercer, and 3. Hey, we got our crystals back. We got a refund. And we got the map. So I really like the opportunity. I hope it does go down to affiliates, but that just all... It all depends on how well the partners do with it, and hopefully they won't abuse it, or they won't screw it up. Because that honestly seems like a lot of fun as a concept for me. Like, personally, if I actually had, like... Let's just say I had a viewership. And I know this wouldn't work, because it's not feasibly possible, but in the ideal world, where you could have everything you want, be the way you want, what I would actually like to see is for... How to put it? Old iron chain, very nice. I would like to basically see the game, or basically have people basically put bounties, and I would actually go through each of the bounties and such. So it's like, I'll take the ones I actually like to do, and do them for people who want to see me, like, either beat a game, or they might, you know, see a part of a game that they can't normally reach. I would like to honestly make that an opportunity. Gold Iron Chain, straight up bonus damage. Reverse Stain, I kind of wanted more attack power, focus. Let's see. It actually gives me more stamina. I'm actually okay with that. Let's see. I'm honestly questioning how much attack power is too much. And how much defense am I actually going to need? I'm gonna actually have her with a pulsing demon heart. So that would honestly seems like a really fun activity for me when it comes to streaming. But that's just my idea. That's just my personal like pipe dream. Like, this would be super awesome to actually do. And I actually need to heal my entire party here. Actually, not even gonna worry about that. I don't even think I need to actually do anything. I think Warblade's gonna kill him. Yep, Warblade killed him. The reason I'm fighting everyone is just to kind of go through the dungeon and just clear it. I don't think I need... I already have the epic parts I need now. Don't actually need much else. Although that is a ridiculous amount of bleed damage. Let's see. Calibretto, touch it with your massive hands. Finally becomes lost. Reduces all damage taken by 20%. Very nice. Oop, hello. Elevator, going up. Oh, nice. I needed one of them. I needed a deep lurker, because I actually don't know how much HP they have. I think if anything, I'll end up with the arena, the bestiary completion last. Combustion, what are you gonna do? Burn me alive, apparently. Cleansing rain. I think no, I'm just gonna guard. But you can see, basically, that's like, if you go, like, that's what the rewards, like, playing through dungeons multiple times, you just know what the enemies can do, what they're gonna drop, what attacks they have. It doesn't describe what attacks they do, or if it's gonna attack multiple people, but it's still one of those, like, hey, this is actually really well done. Didn't kill him. But if you fight the enemies enough, though, you'll find out how much HP they have and such. And the other bonus is, if you fight enough of them, if you do the Beastmaster hunts, or I guess you get perks. I should be specific about that. Trying. That's another. I'm looking for. Specifically are keys that I can actually use to open up all of the items in the dungeon. Or outside of this dungeon, because that's actually where I get the last of the legendary weapons. Yeah, go. What? How did you become unchained to that enemy? It's a tragedy. So there's been a lot of really nice things today, but at the same time, there's been unfortunately some unfortunate events as well. May is definitely turning out not to be, the end of May turns out not to be such a great month. I think that's kind of unfortunate. I think I underestimate the power of crit in this game, but I feel like I already get enough crits where I don't actually have to stack it. That is one very determined mana elemental. Like, I still have yet to find... Oh, I found one, but I don't think I got enough. I did enough, fought enough of the lurkers to complete it. I need the Death Knight, I need the Lurker, I need a vampire. And I need a gargoyle. I'm actually gonna check here how much more I actually have to do for the bestiary. Let me take a look here. This is your bestiary. It's very nice. Very specific. Here we go. Yeah, so these 4 here. Death Knight, Deep Lurker, Mana Devourer, and Rith Gargoyle. So I need to fight... Yeah, so I finished Deep Lurker. I need 2 more Mana Devourers, 1 more Rift Gargoyle, and 1 more Death Knight. And after I do that, I've gotten all of the hunts. Hello, Surveyor. You're stealthed for some reason. I'm hoping... I should actually also check my item bag here. Let's see. I don't know if I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to open up those chests. I'm honestly confused here if I'm going to be able to actually do that. Oh, hello. And only 2 more rooms until we actually finish everything. Let's see here. What's it? Stone requires more power. There we go. That's 1. And let's go take care of the other. I feel like this was intended, like, possibly for 2 people. I like all the dungeon designs in this game. I think the only downside is, like, once you play through it once, if you have a good memory, you'll know, oh, I just need to do this again. So they don't, it's not, so the procedural generation, like the puzzles, will usually be the same. They might not have the same answer, but they'll still be enough. Oh, right, this part. Have a nice little vision. Exposing the worst of who you are. Go. More free stuff. Another infused crystal shard. Yeah, those were lore. Really? Well, I already had the deep lurkers. I don't really want to deal with the deep lurkers anymore. Let's see. Let's actually cleave the Oh, I kind of wish I went for the guard. Let's see, rain. Heroism. And let's keep on the bleeding. I will say, I never actually got to enjoy Garrison, because he was always a glass cannon in my first time playthrough. I actually switched over to Red Monica and never looked back. That is why we use the gun. Know how to hit hard. Alright, so let us... I really gotta stop. I gotta be greedy. I've gotta be greedy and just start using my mana. I have 400 mana. There's no reason for me not to use any of my mana or use my burst bar. I am being incredibly dumb in terms of strategy. More of they have so much HP. And the only reason why this is easy is because I got all of the, I took the time and actually upgraded all of, the weapons and such. I got the ultimate weapons, and I also got the, and I improved the best armor in the game as best I can. Like, I actually do like it when you are able to chain all of the enemies together. Because I like, actually, the wave combat system. I think that's actually very well designed. Like, oh, you got 5 or 6 enemies. The unfortunate part is it didn't... I don't feel like you get the opportunity to enjoy it. Because as nice as it is... As nice as it is to be able to enjoy, like, fighting a lot of enemies. Like, if you want to know a good game that actually did the whole fight enemies in waves thing, it's another RPG. It's actually called, The Last Remnant. I actually like that. Like, I hated that RPG first, because I played on the Xbox 360. And I was loaned an Xbox 360 from a friend during college. But it was absolutely terrible. It was terrible because... Think of the game that had the longest load time for you. Like, think of that game. Like, what game has the longest load time for you? What game was that, and how long was that load time? Like, so take that idea that you have. It's like longest load time you've ever had for transitioning from one screen to the other. I actually had to deal, like, that was the downfall of Last Remnant on the 360. There were a couple others in terms of gameplay and such, but for when it came to the loading screens and stuff, because the way they designed it was, oh please, not another one of you. Where the heck's the Lich? Which is not here. Lego City Underground. Okay. So, think Lego City Underground. So think of that game and how long you had to load, and where the loading spots were. Last Remnant's design, and it made sense in theory, was... You would enter a town, so you would deal with a load screen there. You were in a town, you'd go into a load screen. Then, from there, you would actually... And this is where it gets worse, you go into the town. So you're at the town. You're not in the town, you're selecting. You're selecting which area of the town you want to go to. So then you select that. So now you're in that section of the town. So you're in that section of the town, however, within there are buildings and such you can enter. Those things have load times. Now, compile all that together, all those load screens. So effectively you have, let's just say you have about 4 load screens. Let's be generous here. 4 load screens. Now double that. Because every time you wanted to... I don't know why I did that. That was dumb. I should have done fleet. Because not only do you have to enter all those things, you have to leave as well. Each of those had their own load screens. Also, I am totally not focused here right now, apparently. And on the 360, when Last Remnant was released, it had... let's see. So 3 minutes of load time on the console itself. So 3 minutes of load time. Times 8. That's how long you would have to actually wait. So 32 minutes was spent of the game, of The Last Remnant on the 360 loading. Needless to say, I did not enjoy playing that game. I couldn't enjoy it. It was incredibly bulky and it was full of burdens. It was just wasting my time. That's really what it comes down to. It was wasting all of my time. That reminds me, I still need to be playing Resonance of Fate. Never heard of that one. Unfortunately, don't know what that one is. That is brutal. I'm not gonna say I enjoy being overpowered, but at the same time, if these guys are gonna go past the level cap, I don't mind giving them all I've got. These guys want to fight as hard as they can, I will throw it right back at them. Let's see. But what actually made me turn around about The Last Remnant as an RPG was that it got ported over to the PC. And what was wonderful about that was that it basically unlocked the potential of it, since it was running off your hard drive. And this was before SSDs even, took off or anything like that. So I was still running an actual, like, HDD, a platter drive. And so the loading time was completely fixed, so I was actually able to play the game proper. And in there I discovered this is a wonderful tactical RPG game. And what made it even better was that originally The Last Remnant basically had, here's your main character, here's a couple other main characters, or your supporting cast and stuff, and there's the treasure chest. I was actually wondering where it was. But you would have to, you would basically have to have your entire... I missed a spot. I do want the treasure chest. I'm gonna be greedy. I want the treasure chest. I already know we're gonna be over time, but I'm not gonna worry about that. How do? Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Resonance of Fate is an odd RPG where the guns, where have guns and do flips across the battlefield. Yeah, I might want to consider rewording that. That I actually can't decipher, unfortunately. I'm usually good at deciphering things. That's not one of them. Do you play as a gun? useful. What am I missing? I don't know what I'm missing. How am I gonna get that chest? Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something here. Oh, oh, they're draining my mana too. I'm a little confused here. I actually don't know what needs to be done. Unless... Can I do that? No. Okay. Alright. Not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about the chest. Sorry, chest. You'll have to be sacrificed. But what made the Last Remnant really, really good was that you actually... Hopefully this actually restores my mana and such. What made it awesome was that you would have to originally create your squad out of normal units, but you would also have these hero units. They weren't necessarily stronger, but they were unique characters, so they had their own voices, they had, they had their own voices, they had their own stories and such, and you would have to actually work towards unlocking them. The downside is, though, originally in the Xbox 360 version, they would only take up the leadership position, and you had up to 5 leader points. So so that was it. So they would only take leaders, and the rest would basically be lemmings, or But in the PC version, it was basically says, hey, if you unlock all these special units and such, all these different characters with their own stories and stuff, go ahead, use them and have them just be part of your army. It was really awesome. But I will say the combat does take a bit of getting used to. And I'll explain why in a second. And why it's related to this.
Master, I have returned.
Without Varys.
The Outlanders have proven resilient. They harrow my every step, making it dangerous, impossible to bring Varys here.
You seem nervous.
You will be free, Great One. I have crafted a vessel, one capable of removing you from your prison. With it, I can bring you to Night's Keep, where Varys awaits.
A clever plan. One that might have worked had the Outlanders not killed your Farseer. With its death, the truth of your plan has been laid bare. I am no longer blind to your treachery.
Great One, with the vessel, I can...
Wash me on the heel of your boot. You think me a fool? No. I have a better idea. You are the blood of Varys. Your body will serve.
No,
Let
no!
the pact be complete. You could have been my queen.
We're too late. We must strike now while he is weakened.
Weakened. You dare stand before me with weapons drawn. Allow me to offer a more suitable challenge.
Oh man, how many weird things can happen on this island?
Show no fear. That's what she wants.
She is dead, swordsman. Only Cadral remains. And Varys. Night's Keep can no longer protect him from my wrath. Now, may the shadows of your past consume you.
So here's where things get interesting. These guys get your abilities. It's the mirror fight. It is the mirror fight through and through, and they all get your abilities. You get your Guardian Punch. They get everything. What I'm actually gonna do And this includes ultimates as well. No, that sounds like it's gonna be hard to be explained. I believe you when you say it's probably very difficult to actually explain in full. Let's see, I might actually... I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna kill Garrison real quick. Sorry, shoot at Garrison. Garrison, go kill Garrison. Still alive! God damn it. How... yeah, reckoning... Might do it. Aw, darn it, it was the barrier swing. Oh, there he goes. I forgot about the bleed. No, I forgot something. Sorry, I'm gonna be having fun with this. You actually have to do the dungeon twice if you want to get the, if you want to be able to get the bestiary completed. Let me think about this here. Still have that. I still have taunt. I'll probably just do this again. Right, they can chain it together. This is gonna be painful. And this is why I made sure he had as much defense as possible. Actually... no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna do another Cleansing Rain. And you can have another cleave. Should be 3 cleaves, and then I can do a smash. I'm trying to think of another game that's been really complicated for me to play. And actually, no, I know what it is. It's Dynasty Tactics. It's for the PlayStation 2. And the reason why that game was complicated was because... and this is just hard for me to wrap around my head around, was... so it's based off the Dynasty Warriors universe. But it wasn't like your Dynasty Warriors game. It was a very straightforward tactical game. So you would be able to move your units so many turns, but, and this is what made it awkward, attacking was done through tactical strategies.
She crafted this vessel to remove him from this place.
So she could destroy him.
Yes. In doing so, she would free Varys from his pact, restoring his power.
Destra remained loyal to him after all.
Double-crossing a demon? My kind of gal.
Kadral said he was going after Varys.
In Night's Keep, yes. But it's impossible to enter the old vampire's castle. At least, it was. Kadral may now have the power to force his way in.
What good will killing Varys do him now? Isn't he already dead? Sort of?
By taking Destra as his vessel, Kadral has severed his bond with Varys. He will awaken, free from his curse. Kadral will want to reach him before that happens.
Varys is that strong?
Who cares? I say let him fight. Then we just need to kill whoever wins.
Yeah, except if one fails to kill the other, we'll have both of them to deal with.
Funny. I was over here thinking one super powerful force of evil would be too easy.
Then we are in agreement. Both must die. To Night's Keep.
There we go. Oh, right. We have the mythical treasure. It's by far the most complicated JRPG ever to play on the PS3. That sounds... I didn't even need to make the Starforge plating, but I'm glad I did. Another Cold Iron Chain. And a Fate Stone... another Fate Stone Coffer. Very nice. Let's see... Before I jump over to Knight's Keep, there is actually... I'm actually okay with that. I'd rather have him have as much defense as possible. And I'm actually okay with increasing his attack power. I'm trying to balance, like, damage versus defense and such. I'm actually okay with doing this. Cold Iron Chain is a really good item, but compared to... I'm just worried how hard the bosses are gonna hit. Let me just put it that simply. But Dynasty Tactics, though, that was a really difficult RPG. Because you could actually run out of attacks. And when I say you run out of attacks, I mean your unit, like say it's Cow. And yes, I'm still gonna say Cow. Even after all these years. I know that's not how you say it, but still. It's ingrained to me since Dynasty Warriors 2. It's a hard habit to break. Was that when you ran out of moves, you quite literally ran out of moves. There was nothing else you could do. So it's like, if you fail to kill enemies with those units, too bad. So that was easily a very complicated game to actually deal with. Let's do this. To do right now, I want to get to those chests. Because I want to see if I can open them now. I hope I can. If not, I don't remember how to open them up. And thank you for doing my work for me. Love it when enemies do that. So we'll go and make Goldie's ultimate weapon, and then we'll beat the game. At least we'll try to. Let's hope we can. I don't know why I punched that man. There's no need to punch him. Let's go and berserk fuel. But I would definitely recommend trying out Red Monica and Nolan and such, because they made sure they're all viable characters to play. What else? And a sealed chest. Yeah, so you did need the crystal keys. So... Great Tome of Knowledge. How many do I have? It's actually gonna bother me. Fused crystal shards, yeah. 10. I think how many there actually are. I think we're fine. What the heck was that ring? Winddrake's Pharaoh Loop. Bonus damage and haste. No, it doesn't have stamina. It doesn't have stamina. I'm not very interested in it. I gotta admit, I actually do enjoy playing through this on New Game Plus just because of the sheer ridiculous amount of power you actually get. I also just completely forgot I had Rupture. What other complicated games are out there? You know what's complicated for me? Crypto the Necrodancer. I, for one, I like dungeon crawlers. I really do. But once you throw a little bit of rhythm into it, I fell apart. Bars 5. There's the dragon scales. Very nice. I think there was one more. was down south. I'll check here. Can I just save myself the time? Oh, yes, I can. I'm gonna go and see if we can get that one too. We got the most important thing, the dragon scales. I will say at this point, though, the game really... It does the proper downhill, like you're getting the excitement and such, but at the same time, they're making the game very easy. I mean, I guess maybe not easy. Because a lot of this is in your control of how difficult you want to make this game. Because it depends, like, do you want to do the dungeons on normal difficulty? Do you want to do them on legendary? Are you going to take your time crafting items, which will often require playing through the dungeons multiple times? Will you be willing to... The hero's art style seems strange. Strange up Jack from War Machine / Hordes. Never heard of that one before. Which one is that, Penguin Witch Doctor? I can tell you the art style is by Joe Materaria. He's the one who was also the art lead for Darksiders 2, obviously, and he actually created this comic. This was originally a comic series. I wouldn't say my mistake. I think it's interesting. I would like to know more about War Machine and Hordes. Sounds interesting, honestly. I think with such a oversaturation of games, it's been a lot harder. Okay, so that's a great tome of knowledge. It's a lot harder these days to actually figure out, like, knowing games. Wow, I had 5 tomes of knowledge. I didn't even know about it. Come on, give me those perks. Just for scatter shot. Get laced up. Increase AP bonus when parrying, bot 5%, start strong. That's, oh, yeah, I'll definitely give him start strong. Let's make sure it's the only thing he can really take. It's a tabletop war game. It has PC. It has a PC game like XCOM, but it's so. How old? Okay, well, question then: how old is said game, Penguin Witch Doctor? I think that's a good barometer for your starting point. There's a lot of PC games that haven't exactly aged well. And I don't mean like, oh my god, they're still terrible, but they just haven't aged well. Let's see, where was it? Ah, Dragonkind. There we go. Make Gully's ultimate weapon. And why not, since actually I'm here and I can. Actually, no, I'll do my enchantment first.
Come on, Debay.
Came out after XCOM Enemy Unknown. Interesting. There we go. So she loses a bit of defense. She gains a lot of attack power. But the one thing she's missing magic defense. Action. That's actually the one magic defense ring I have. It's more HP, but less attack. I'm willing to compromise on that. I can make trinkets and rings and stuff too.
It's you.
One thing I need to do though, I could actually do. What's it? Yeah, I could do Mage's Bane, but that's really way too low. Actually, no, it's Holy. Holy, I can't do Holy. That's why I felt like I messed up. Hang on a second.
Here? I offer not.
Hang on a second, she may save me. Every single NPC, whenever you redo a dungeon, actually also gives you additional,
A day for
restores their stock. So they might actually carry what you need. And when you get to the end game, you will want to actually buy from these vendors. Regardless of how expensive it feels. Because once you start doing the epic dungeons, look how much money I have. You're not really worried about money anymore.
Talk. Stay upright.
Gonna go see if blacksmith has.
What do you need?
Has what I need. What do you got for materials here, buddy? I steal. You do not have what I need. That is tragedy. Don't think I can actually craft.
There's work
Can I
for thee.
craft? No, I can't, unfortunately. I'm not after XCOM Enemy Unknown. I think the only reason I didn't jump on that bandwagon for XCOM, like, I like strategy games, but when I saw, like, years later, because it's all about budget and being able to afford games. When it got to that point, it was just too ridiculous. I saw, like, here's a 99% chance to hit, and yet it still fails. I don't know what was wrong with their numbers. Can I actually get her any? I can improve the physical defense. Physical defense, stamina. What do I want more of? What else can I get here? I can do that. I can do She doesn't. Goldie doesn't need Valor. I wish I had a living stone slab, but I got very unlucky and used them all. That was my foolish... Actually, wait. Maybe. Nope, doesn't go past 50. You have to have at least one of each. And some bonus damage. I'd rather have... I can't even do Blade Fiend! God damn it. The one thing I actually want. At this rate, I might as well just do the magic defense. Alright, what's the next stamina one? I feel dumb, not because I don't have what I need. Just increase the attack power, but that's not exactly the best. I know, I honestly want to shake my head. Just, why? Because I want to actually put on a good enchantment on this, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to give it the... How much is that? Everything's 20... Is everything 25? Yeah, everything's 25. Fine, here. She needs magic defense anyway. Just put on Mage's Bane. I give up. Let's see. Okay, all of those are actually enchanted.
Why, anytime.
Oh, buddy. I'm curious about one other thing. Oops, that's selling. Let's see. Technically, I could take a chance and roll for a living shard, but that's really dumb for the boxes. Like I said, it takes a lot of perk points. So you have to do a lot of farming for shadow coins. I think I have everyone maxed out. This is as best as I can get them. Best as I can get them with as little compromise as possible. I think the only thing I can do... there is actually one thing else I can do. One last thing.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Now, I've never actually forged many of the accessories here. Part of it is apparently I've not forged any of this refined sky steel ignits. Come on. I will need a lot of these. What I need to see here... Yeah. I'm just trying to look for defense. No, that's a loss. It's a gain, but it's also a loss of stamina. I'm not doing that. Nope. Okay. No, I'm not going to be able to get any better items. There are a lot of good good trinkets and rings and such that'll only drop from the dungeons. So, let's go after Kadral. And I ran into an airship. I don't know where this airship came from, but okay. And I probably should have rested at the end. That's fine, I'll just use a potion. you actually do have to fight a lot of ships, because there is actually 2 bosses for the Sky Bandits. We already fought 1 for Behemoth, which is what gives us Calibretto's weapon. Now we can actually just start cleaving. And we can Wildfire. I'm gonna keep my Battle Burst bar for the final battle, because I am going to need it. This is basically your point of no return. And the reason, actually, what's going to make me... Actually, no, it just auto-saved, actually, so it should be fine. The Knight's Keep. A foreboding castle looms overhead. Bear certainly had extravagant tastes. One last place where you can do some crafting. Speaking of crafting. I completely forgot to craft. Oh no, I can't craft them. Damn it! Oh, I can craft this one. I can't craft Red Monica's weapon. Oh well. Awfully quiet. Do one last heal. Hello? Oh, okay, that's a free battle burst. That makes sense. Just gonna try and cheat this a little bit. Nope, not gonna get that. So what I'm gonna try and do... Originally, I was... How long is this hallway? I forgot how long this hallway was. Alright. Oh.
Varys isn't here, I'm afraid. He and his witch played a clever game indeed. But no matter. Wherever he's fled, I will find him. You could join me.
The only place you're going is back in your cage.
Aluman, you haven't told your companions, have you? The nature of the very magic that sustains you. The same as mine. Blood magic.
We figured it out.
Ah, swordsman. I see darkness within you. Why do you fight against this greatest of gifts? There is a shadow in each of you. The good is but a cage for the ambitious darkness within. I can make you powerful. I can set you free.
Your words are empty, demon. You speak of power and freedom, yet your own skin is a prison. Come now. Let's end this.
And our final battle is against Kadral. So she has 2 buffs. She's immune to stun, and passively has 30% haste. I will talk while I can. I will talk as much as I can, because this is going to be a pain in the butt. First thing I'm actually going to do is guard. You... Have you sting? It's gonna be a long battle. Yep. Barrier shift. Magic. Reduces magical damage taken by 50%. And she's using her ultimate. And she casts Doom. So in 5 turns, mark a Kadral. 190,000 damage. Piercing damage, which is basically true damage after 5 actions have been taken. Kinda powerful. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That is why I'm having him just cast Cleanse Rain. Trying to think what would actually be the best ability here. Fortunately, actually, right now, I need this. I need to... I just realized that's non-dispellable. That is non-dispellable. Crap. Alright, well. Have her do as much damage as possible before she goes splat on her face. There's actually much I can do here. There used to be a way to live through that. Not anymore. That's kind of painful, honestly. Oh, there is shift to physical. Embrace of Kadral. Oh crap. That's as much damage as I'm gonna be able to output. Well, actually, it just got cut in half because the barrier shift got changed. Oh, this is gonna suck. How many turns does she have left? Last turn. This is gonna suck, but I need her to do this. She's gonna die. What I'm going to do, this is why you have items. Moderate Revival Flask. Oh, I messed that up. Oh no, she already had a bleed still. Cool. I done good by accident. I'm okay with this. This is the time where you should not worry about your overcharges. Just try and get as much damage done as possible. Thankfully, I think bleeds are actually physical. Yep, bleeds are piercing, so they're actually true damage. Can do. This Nature's Boon, yeah, he doesn't have Cleansing Rain again. And this just got changed to physical, so let's keep bleeding you. Blood Fortress. What did that? Oh, that added a shield. Okay. that. While damage shield lasts, it'll drain health from all heroes each turn. Oh dear goodness, no. No, no, no. We're getting rid of that shield. You're dead. Never mind, you might not be dead. You're probably not dead. You're not dead, and that's a gigantic shield. I have made a horrible, horrible mistake. How can I... This actually sucks. Is that still physical? Physical, unfortunately. Actually... No, this is faster, actually. Damage. Who made DeviantArt a boss? I like the design for Kadral. Like this, like I said, I like Joe Madureira's art style. I really do. I think it's great. I think it's really unique. I just realized I could have been doing piercing damage this entire time. Very lucky, oddly enough, for this. Actually, how? I'm turning remaining. Can I actually get? I can actually get the And we're done here.
Oblivion is calling your name, demon.
Fool! We both know you lack the power to destroy me. Perhaps Varys could have. Not you. Trapping me was your only hope.
Don't let him escape.
Move aside, or I promise you, I will bring ruin to all you hold dear.
Well, that isn't much.
It can't be. That blade. A vessel.
Garrison! Are you alright?
I will be.
Well, you could have done that sooner.
I wasn't sure it would work. Not on a demon.
How many has it consumed?
Hey, Devil Hunter. Back off. He's got his reasons. We've dealt with Kadral, at least for now. But what about Varys?
Varys is free of the demon's curse. Even now, his powers are returning. When they do, then I'm afraid we'll know.
We can't just wait around for that to happen. We have to find him.
Yes, I suppose we do.
Here we go again.
And that's Battle Chasers Nightwar for New Game Plus. So I still have to get one more achievement for this game, and so I'll probably do it on my own time, which is just completing the bestiary. Yeah, Joe Madureira, creative director. I really like all of his work, and if he's actually the creative director for Darksiders 3, I think, at least aesthetically, Darksiders 3 will be in very good hands. For a Kickstarter game, they did a great job. Like, they really learned a lot from working with Red Hook. That's the end of the game? Almost. But in terms of gameplay, yes, it is the end. I've actually now streamed this game for the first time back in December, and now I've taken it on New Game Plus. And I still blame Exposure for saying I'm going to 100% this game. I had plans to actually 100% it, but given that I normally stream, at least for this year, I try and stream RPGs once a month, or beat a RPG I own once a month to clear my backlog of games. And then usually I do a variety of other games. Could be games I've beaten before, could be games I haven't beaten, but this year has definitely been more focused on beating RPGs. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So we have actually, 2 more days left in May until June starts. I haven't actually decided which RPG to actually do yet for the month of June, and I'm debating actually if I have a lot of Square Enix and I have a lot of Falcom RPGs. But there is actually some Western RPGs I could also play, and I'm debating honestly on that because I actually like most of Square Enix's games that I've played, and the same thing for Falcom. I've been having a really good time playing a lot of Falcom games. Yeah, Battle Chasers original comic book series created by Joe Madureira. I think this was supposed to also be a launch point. Yep, there it is. Special thanks, Chris Barassa and Red Hook Studios. You can really thank a lot of this game's combat to Chris Barassa, who's one of the founders of Red Hook Studios, because they worked really closely with them. And so you have that dynamic bursting, you can't just spam attack. As for the voice actors, I gotta admit, Brienne Knickerbockers, the first time I've actually heard her voice acting was actually Sakura from Fire Emblem Warriors. I thought it wouldn't fit, but it actually worked really, really well. But as for, I actually like the voice acting in this game. I think it's really well done. Scott McNeil, you might actually know him as Piccolo for the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z. And then you also have the voice actor who is the Barkeep, who actually voice acted Duo Maxwell in Gundam Wing. So Power up Audio, who actually did all the sounds, got all the voice actors and such, they did a really, really good job. Making all the sound effects and everything. I thought it sounded way too gamey. You're gonna have to elaborate on that, I'm afraid I don't understand. It didn't seem natural, it seemed like someone acting for a game, which is a pet hate of mine. What, the voice acting? I'm afraid I'll have to disagree. I thought it sounds natural. Like, remember, this was a comic series that was created back in the 90s. This is where you basically had that, you know, like 90% done seriously, and just for full disclaimer, I actually haven't even read the comic. My only knowledge of this franchise, and why I recognized it back at TwitchCon 2016, was all of the characters, because I remember seeing the characters in the art style from a Wizard promo magazine that covered Battle Chasers and 2 other comics. Watch the cutscenes where you see people pausing to respond to each other instead of flowing. That's honestly a recent trend lately for a lot of voice acting now. It's because voice acting is very decentralized in the world, so you don't actually have people in a single studio saying their lines right next to each other. It's people saying their lines and giving the best performance they can, but they're in different countries altogether. So it's really putting it on the hands of people like Power Up Audio, their staff, to actually make it sound as natural as possible, or to make it flow. And remember, this was a Kickstarter game. I consider this to be a really, really great game. I think it's worth your money if you enjoy playing RPGs that also make you think a little bit.
Beautiful Destra, know that your sacrifice is not in vain. These lands will bleed, and those who took you from me will suffer.
There we go. I've kind of played this game for a long time. And I've also done a lot of fishing. What platforms did this come out on? Originally, it came out on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It actually just recently got a Nintendo Switch release. There was actually a sale for the Nintendo Switch version on Amazon. But just know, for the Nintendo Switch version, I heard there were load times, a little bit longer load times, but at the same time, it's also a little bit more expensive because it just got released out on the Switch, so you're paying for basically a brand new game on that system. As for this game, was originally released in October 2017, so you can get this actually for a very good price, actually. Like, we're talking maybe, you can probably easily find it on sale for $20. And at that point, I personally think that's worth your money. If you're really looking for a good Western RPG that... And this is gonna sound weird. I think, honestly, the game is hardest if you actually play through it on normal difficulty. As in, you go into the dungeons on normal difficulty, and you... Because I didn't even understand, like, you could craft legendary or mythical items and enchantments until the very end of my first time playing through this game. I mean, at the very end, I learned, hey, wait a minute, this can go past 100%. How high can this go? I can make epic armor and weapons. So there's definitely a lot of adjustable difficulty as you play through this game. But I think the reason I had a lot more of a challenge, aside from the end here, because, like, once I crafted all the ultimate weapons and such, was because I kind of took what the game gave me. I didn't spend my time farming and crafting legendary armor and weapons for each dungeon. You could do that, and that would definitely make the game a lot more manageable as you play through it. But I could easily see a person who doesn't understand the combat to have a lot more trouble. Because they don't know what the moves do, they don't know what enemies are going to be attacking, you won't even know how much health enemies have. And you won't have all the perks and such that I've actually unlocked. But that's going to do it for me tonight. Let me take a look and see who else is streaming right now. There's actually a few people who are streaming right now. Ah, I already know who to give a host to. Is actually Smite. He is, speaking of dark games, he is actually, and speaking of games from Software, as much as I love Armored Core, he is actually streaming Dark Souls. I don't know if he's actually playing on the Switch version. It's most likely the remastered version. You should actually give Smite a follow, because every Sunday he'll actually do a game show on his stream called The Arcade Pit. And think of other game shows like Nick Arcade back in the old 90s. It's basically part trivia, part game challenges and such. So it's actually two against two teams of two, going up against each other. It's really entertaining if you're interested in that stuff. I believe it's Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific. But that's gonna do it for me tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me go through Battle Chasers. I'm gonna have to get the last achievement on my own time. I just need to complete the bestiary. But as for tomorrow, though, I need to think about what we're actually gonna do for the last 2 days of the last 2 days of May, but starting June 1st, we'll go and play ourselves our next RPG of the month. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching, Newton, Penguin Doctor. You guys have yourselves a wonderful night. As always, until then, take care.